when it's convenient, we are not Igbos. When it's convenient, we are South-South. When it's convenient, we are not South-South. When it's not convenient, we are not Igbos. So you see, they can't keep picking and choosing for us all the time. You know,
So guys, welcome to this channel. If you're just joining us for the first time, you can get more notifications from this channel by clicking on the red subscribe button, which is just on the right hand corner of your screen, and also just give a thumbs up to show that you like this video. Thank you.
You made a comment which resonated with me, and that is one of the main reasons why I'm here this morning. You talked about mainstream Igbo. What is that? I don't think there's anything called mainstream Igbo. Because, you see, if we go back a little bit in history, even from the coup that brought, that truncated Nigerians' democracy as far as I'm concerned and put us in the quandary we seem to be in 1966, one of the major participants was a young man called, he was a major, Nzogu. He's from Okpanam. Okpanam is just 2 minutes away from Asaba. It's more or less the same place as Asaba, which makes him an Oshimili Igbo person. From that axis, the Anyocha Oshimili area, we speak exactly the same kind of, when I have a discussion with any brother of mine across the Niger, he understands what I'm saying. There might be little fluctuations of one word. We can say shine, they can say rine, you know, and little things like that. But in the main, it is the same dialect, it is the same language. Now, when you look at even the effort of the Biafran War, you know, and I want to talk about personal experience here, you will see that the Oshimili and Nyocha Igbos were even the ones that bore most of the brunt of that war. But in terms of course, the Asaba massacre is known to everybody. I don't think any town, either in the southeast or anywhere in Nigeria, suffered as much as the Asaba people did with the kind of killings and the program that went on in Asaba on that fateful day. Why was that so? If you think those people, the federal troops did not have enough intelligence to tell them that this town was solidly behind the Biafran agitation. Obviously, if my father did not take us away, possibly I might not even have been here because the children were killed, women were killed. There is no family in Asaba that did not suffer the loss of one person or the other, a man, woman, or child. Because don't forget, when those federal troops came to Asaba, the idea was that, oh, come and welcome the federal troops, they are here. And they all gathered the people in the open field, and then they opened fire on them. So whenever I hear this talk about Igbo presidency, and people are trying to say there is some subgroup of Igbo or there's mainstream Igbo, it doesn't resonate with me. Because you see, the Anyama people, or rather the Oshimili Anyocha people, will always be shortchanged in Nigeria. Let me tell you a little story. In 1999, when the new democracy started, it was everywhere. It was an open secret that the person that was tipped to be the secretary to the federation at that time was Chief Philip Asiodu. He is my godfather, he's my uncle, he took me into government. We all know his antecedents, super palmsec, you know, very cerebral and everything. He's one of the custodians of Nigerian history and political economy and everything. And he was supposed to be the secretary to the government of, of Nigeria at that time. And just before the announcement was made, they decided that, oh no, since a Southeasterner, an Igbo man, was going to be number 3, that is the Senate president, you know, the Wazobia thing, there was going to be a president from the West, a vice president from the North, and the Senate president from the East, as it were, who was an Igbo man. Now, they refused to make it, he was not confirmed as the SGF anymore, which was supposed to be like number 6 or whatever in the hierarchy, because he was an Igbo man. So at that time, it was, he conveniently lost that position because he was Igbo. But they didn't remember that he was also South-South, because the whole idea, they said they had to look for a true South-South Nigerian, and that's how Ufo Tekaite was made the secretary to the government. So you see, when it's convenient, we are not Igbos. When it's convenient, we are South-South. When it's convenient, we are not South-South. When it's not convenient, we are not Igbos. So you see, they can't keep picking and choosing for us all the time. You know, and it is particularly hard.
Do you suspect that those persons from the northern part of the country who have been saying, look, Igbos can't be president because they will never reach a consensus, would look at this, your conversation with us and say, okay, look at it now. The people in the 5 states of the Southeast, they are fighting among themselves. They can't reach a decision. People across the Niger are also saying, oh, we fought the Civil War. Well, it's only today I've heard that there are even Igbos in Kogi who are indigenous to Kogi and to some other places. Do you think they will feel vindicated and say, this is exactly what the likes of, Alhaji Yusa Funtua were saying?
No, you see, this again is what I have a problem with. Why do they ask from the Igbos what they didn't ask from any other ethnic group? I said it earlier on in a submission I made, that Obasanjo was president of Nigeria without the Yoruba vote. So obviously, the Yorubas did not sit down and decide that Obasanjo should be their candidate. And yet he won. So talk to me about the Igbos reaching out. And that is what they should do. Forget what they do internally. Forget what we are doing. Like what is happening even with what I'm saying now. Because it seems like they want to exclude us. You know? So we can sort all that in-house. Don't forget that. You know, they have all kinds of organs that I'm sure there's the Ohanese Indigbo, of which Delta Igbos or these Anyocha Oshimili people have played very pivotal roles. We've had the late Ambassador Wechwe, we've had the late Achuzea, who was one of Ojuku's major generals, you know. They all played roles in Ohanese. So when the time comes, I don't think that is a problem. Nigeria should not ask of the Igbos what they do not ask of other tribes. That is all I'm saying.